Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's a headline from the Crypto Basic. XRP welcomes 511,430 wallets amid price pump with 2,365 whale transactions. So let me translate this for you. They're coming. They are actively coming. And it's fascinating because at a time when, well, I mean, of course, you'd expect it to be the case. XRP price starts pumping and these metrics go up. And it's just so funny as somebody that's been here for now over 7 years, and especially looking back on what has happened the last several years, is so many people in the the broader crypto community, if you even want to call it that, because it's so damn tribal. So many people were ripping us to shreds, saying it was never going to happen. XRP's never going up. Saying XRP's a dead coin. It's going to fall out of the top 10. So many saying it's going to trend towards zero against Bitcoin. But then reality smacked them all in the face, and here we are. And ever since the election was over, at a time when it made a ton of sense, even from a historical perspective, XRP starts rising yet again. Well, wouldn't you know it? It's the most obvious damn thing to those who are paying attention and those who don't suffer from XRP derangement syndrome, and I sure as hell don't. There's those who are intellectually honest and looking at facts and data and what's happened in history. It's not hard to figure this out. By the time this is all over, everybody's going to agree that this is like the most obvious play in crypto in hindsight. Now, you don't have to have seen it in hindsight. So many of you listening, I know I'm preaching to the choir, so many of you were here over the last several years or so, and you saw the same thing that I saw, and you weren't crazy for thinking it. But this is it's just going to get better. But before this market does ultimately peak, which I do think is probably going to happen in the coming several months or so. But my God, there's so much opportunity between now and then, and the euphoric blow off top for crypto markets is where the life-changing wealth mostly is to be made. That's still yet ahead of us. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so a few days ago, and this is so fun to highlight, I love that this is actually reality, because we spent years dreaming about this, and XRP running and hitting a new all-time high and being vindicated and all that stuff. It has happened. We're still waiting for ultimately price discovery, but even just this, it's like, yeah, we were right. We were very obviously correct. And so there's this post from on-chain analytics firm Santiment, and they wrote, XRP has just reached a new 7-year high, crossing a $3.39 market value for the first time since January 2018. With this rise, we have just seen 2,365 $100,000 plus XRP transactions in the latest 8-hour span. That's insane, by the way. The highest spike since December, I love this, December 34. That's obviously a typo. 34 day, the 34th day of December. Anyway, it says total holders are also skyrocketing. And they meant December 3rd. They did correct it in the post right below it there. But yeah, total holders absolutely skyrocketing. So let me mention a couple things about that. So here, and I keep tracking this because it's so fascinating and fun to see what's happening, especially in times like this, as far as number of new XRP accounts being created. Yesterday, the last complete day of data that we have, January 18th, we had 12,778 new accounts created. The day before that, 14,430, and the day before that, all-time high day, 15,112. And as the market was getting hot, after XRP had been running for several weeks, December 2nd, when XRP was at $2.90, you even saw 30,640 new XRP accounts be created. Now, a couple things about this. At any point over the last 12 months, on any given day, you'd usually see about 1,000 new accounts created, plus or minus whatever number. But so about 1,000 would be normal. So yesterday, we were obviously almost 13 times that. And again, December 2nd, we were about 30 times that. Over 30,000 new accounts created. So you might be wondering, wait a minute. Well, how did we have more new accounts created on December 2nd at $2.90? How are there more accounts on that day as opposed to January 16th when we hit a new all-time high, and then we only had a little over 15,000 new accounts? Oh, well, I think that's pretty obvious. To me it is anyway. It's because the new accounts, I mean, sure, there were some new people jumping into crypto, but from November to early December of 2024, that we were pulling liquidity from existing participants in the crypto market. It's people who weren't paying attention to XRP probably didn't own any of it or not much, and they flocked to it. They absolutely flocked to it as the price got higher. And it's what I always said: the higher the price goes, the more attractive it's going to be to people. When XRP is on sale, basically meaning when it's at a low price, nobody wants it. And that's the best time to purchase it when it's cheapest, right? But nobody wants it. Then as the price gets higher, it feels safer to people. They feel vindicated, and they feel like it's just going to keep going up in that direction. And so that's what happened. And so if you're wondering why we didn't see as big a spike on January 16th when we hit a new all-time high, the reason is we haven't had the crazy mania of new retail participants into the market. I'm not saying there are none. There is some evidence to indicate that there's been some of an increase, but this is mostly just people who are already here throwing money in. So it means that some people were throwing in who were already in the space, throwing in money who were they just had on the sidelines. And yes, I admit, like some of it, sure. Again, I said there is evidence to indicate that there are some new participants, sure. But we haven't seen the crazy euphoria. So the market went nuts, including the stock market, for the first several weeks in particular, after Trump got elected yet again. So not surprising to see that. But wait for the final wave. That's when you're going to see numbers way, way, way higher. Like once XRP actually enters price discovery, that's where you're going to see the peaks. That's what I think anyway. That's what's going to be really exciting to see. But compare this to last cycle. So if you consider when XRP in 2021 hit its high for the cycle, which was right at $2, the highest number of new accounts in any given day, and this is when there was mania, it was a little over 12,000 accounts. That's when there was the mania. Right now, we're not in the mania, and we already well exceeded that on multiple days. Way, way, way above it. More indicators. This thing's going to go way, way, way higher before it cools off. And it's just amazing to see all this. These numbers are absolutely staggering. And by the way, for reference too, I'll also mention that there were at least 1 or 2 days in 2017 and early 2018 when there were over 20,000 new accounts created in a day for XRP. And that, of course, that's when it was running in the mania, the all-time high. But so we didn't even hit that last cycle, but that's because XRP was being artificially suppressed because of that SEC lawsuit. Now that that's over and there are more people into crypto, just wait. It's going to be disgusting how high this thing rockets by the time it's done. I firmly believe that is likely. I firmly do. And so here you can take a look at the XRP Rich List website. And I'm actually just going to briefly mention what's going on in terms of the number new wallets, although this is a fun website. If you haven't ever played with this, you should check it out. URL's at the top if you want to take a look. Anyway, so if you go back to the furthest back data point they have right now, which it looks like it's May 17th, there were 5.19 million XRP wallets. We are now at 5.97 million XRP wallets. Almost 6 million now, which will be a cool milestone. That's a big freaking jump for like what? Call it about 8 months. In 8 months, it went from, what did I say? 5.1, what did I say? 5.1. 5.1, that's right, rather. It's hard to get the exact date here. Come on. Get it. It's hard to tag it. Well, either way, 5.19 I think is what it was. So 5.19 million to almost 6 million in 8 months. And you can see how it just jumped up. Look at, especially from into November 2024. Look at how steep that gets. Now, when I jumped into crypto in 2017, and when I first purchased XRP, November 17th, I'll never forget, November 17th, 2017, a day that I didn't know was going to be tremendously life-changing for me, but absolutely, that was the right path for me. At the time, there were fewer than 700,000 XRP wallets. And by the time the middle of the month rolled around, that's when XRP started going its final leg up. So that a little less than 700,000 accounts. Just 2.5 weeks later, there were over 1 million new accounts. That's how quick it jumped up. And so you're seeing, as there gets excitement around, you can see it visually on the screen here. We haven't even hit the blow off top for this thing yet. Where the new retail side people come in. That's going to be the most crazy part of this. And believe me, they're coming. They're if history's going to rhyme with itself anyway, that's what's about to happen here. But so we went from less than 700,000 accounts to over 1 million, and then just kept trending upwards, even despite the SEC lawsuit, which we dealt with over the last several years. It kept trending upwards. What, and we were supposed to think XRP was dead? No, that never made sense. It just kept moving to the upside. Not surprising in my mind. Not surprising in the least. And so look at these massive jumps. Oh, it's just... The writing's on the wall, folks. XRP is one of the winners. It has always been in the top 10 coins by market cap, despite the SEC lawsuit going on for several years. And there are only 3 coins for which that is true. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Those are the only 3 coins that for their entire existences have always been in the top 10 coins by market cap. And wouldn't you know it, they're in ranks 1, 2, and 3 in terms of market cap at the time I'm recording this. Now, I think that XRP's reasonable chance is going to take out that number 2 spot. But, my God, this thing can go so much higher. I won't be surprised if the analysts that I follow that are calling for double-digit price action for XRP, I will not be surprised if they're correct. That does not sound wild. In fact, I'm sure a lot of you think that sounds conservative. You might be right. You might be, if you're talking about low double-digit, like $10, maybe you're right. I don't make price predictions, and I admit I don't know, but that could be right. That's not much higher than where we are now. A little more than a 3-fold increase in price. That's not wild. The best is yet to come, and look at how the humans are behaving. They're behaving in a way that you would hope and expect them to. That's why I'm making this video. They're coming. They have been coming. They're coming to the XRP, they're coming to the XRP ledger, and it's even those people who have been in crypto for years and years and years and who just weren't looking. And maybe that's some of you listening, in which case I welcome you with open arms. We all do. XRP community is absolutely fantastic. Better a little bit late than never, because this thing is a freaking rocket ship and it's just going to go higher. I mean, before hitting a peak, like we are talking about entering for the crypto asset class bubble territory. Let's not live in a fantasy land. Like, that is what's happening. It's going to get overvalued just like the rest of the market, and you're going to hit bubble territory, and it is going to pop. But that's what I'm here for. I am here for that, knowing that is what's going to happen, because it happens every 4 years. That's the moment of maximum opportunity, and then we'll enter a bear market, and I'll be excited for that too. That's not going to be a sad or scary time. That'll be an exciting time for me, and hopefully for you guys too, where we can do it all over again. We can start positioning again and getting ready while everybody's fearful, and crypto's dead again. They'll be saying crypto's dead again, XRP's dead, it's down however much. That's what they'll be saying, and it won't be dead. That'll be the time of maximum opportunity for accumulators, like myself. I will absolutely be doing that. And I'm sure many of you will as well. That's the time when it's most important to pay attention. It's most fun in the bull market like we're in now. It's most fun now, but it's most important to pay attention at the depths of the bear market, which is going to come. Just not today, not tomorrow, but eventually. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.